fortnight ago, Twitter was all a Twitter with news of Beetlejuice 2. Did you see any of that?
Brad Pitt's production studio has taken it over, or acquired the rights to it. Going to produce this movie. They're bringing back Michael Keaton. They're bringing back Winona Ryder. I don't know about Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis. I think Gina Davis has since retired from acting, and I think Alec Baldwin is in
both of them may have retired from acting.
Yeah. I think Alec Baldwin would be smart if he did retire from acting, but he's in a little bit of a tumultuous trouble, So I don't think Beetlejuice is too big on his radar.
Not his top priority.
I'm sure they'll bring back Danny Elfman to do the score because they have to because Oingo Boingo's not touring.
That's true.
And I don't know if they're bringing Tim Burton to direct it. I'm probably not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if they are or not. I mean, that's
going to be weird if they don't. I don't know. How do you... Joel Schumacher, maybe?
Yeah. After the Batman debacle. Well, I mean, who could do a Beetlejuice? That's the second time I said it.
Don't go for a third.
So, all right, let's talk.
I saw the news on it though, and it made me really want to go back and revisit the classic NES game. Which, which I will share with you. So I apologize to you in advance. It is god awful.
Well, I'm just looking at the title screen right now, and it's terrible.
Yeah. Well,
is that Beetlejuice or is that someone's grandmother?
That's
I said it 3 times actually. So
we're dead.
No, he's actually kind of cool to hang out with. It's like that's the thing I don't understand. What are the rules of the Beetlejuice? It was 3 times in succession. Is it like Candyman? You say it 5 times. Is it in a 24-hour period?
I think it's a 24-hour period. As a matter of fact.
Oh man, that's horrible.
I read the novelization.
Did you really?
No.
That's terrible.
Does it exist?
I probably in the 80s. I will kid you not. In the 80s, I think there was a novelization for everything.
And the graphic novel.
Graphic
novelization.
But and the record.
And the trading cards.
With the record that said,
the storybook?
Yes. At the sound of Indiana Jones's whip, whoosh, turn the page. And you're like, I love that. Oops. That was 6-year-old me. You're going to have to beat that one out. Yeah. Hopefully you can get it done tonight.
6-year-old you is going to his room.
Yeah. 6-year-old me's eating some soap.
Yep. It's showtime, by the way.
It's showtime. Oh, I see that. Okay, so we're looking
awful.
at it.
Yeah, it's a terrible, terrible game. It plays like garbage, but
So you are Beetlejuice.
You play as Beetlejuice. Yeah. The game is based on the movie, not the cartoon, which I found surprising. But it was made by LJN, which, as we know...
Stop right there. So it's funny, you got Beetlejuice. It's based on the movie, so you're playing the bad guy. You're playing the
that's the
villain.
Thing. Was he the bad guy? I watched it again recently just to kind of refresh my memory.
He's terrible. He's terrible.
So he's the bad guy in the movie.
He is the bad guy.
The people moving into the house were the bad guys. Everyone was the bad guy. That's just the thing. It was so weird.
The only person that was innocent was Lydia.
Yeah, and she almost married Beetle. That guy.
That's the thing. That's why he's the bad guy. Think about it. He wanted a child bride.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to...
Will he be the bad guy in the second movie?
I think he'll be a good guy.
There you go.
He'll be... He's a lovable rogue. He's a scoundrel, but we like him, right?
Yeah, because he's a scamp.
Yeah, they'll make him more like the cartoon, whereas it's funny that he was like her bestie. It's like,
right.
Hey, let's go do some stuff. Although he was still a little weird in the cartoon. I mean, I was a little past our time, but it was. I'd say the worst person in that movie though is Otho.
He'll be back.
Is he still alive?
I don't know.
I don't think he's still alive.
God rest his soul.
Yeah. The mom will be back. She's funny.
Kathleen.
Yeah, exactly.
Not going to work here anymore?
I don't know if the dad will be back. Jeffrey Jones. He ran into a legal spot, too.
These Hollywood kids just getting in all kinds of hijinks.
So...
but Beetlejuice... Oh, I did it again. He wasn't even in that movie that much.
Like 18 minutes of screen time total.
Is that what it is?
I believe so. It's
that's crazy.
I used to know. It used to be like... I went to see... Did you see it in the theaters when it first came out?
I did.
And in 1988, I believe it came out. I saw it in the theaters. I was 11.
In the theaters?
In a theater.
Mm-hmm.
I was 11, and I really didn't understand it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
That's why I didn't know he was a bad guy.
Yeah, it's like... Especially at the part where he's in the little the house of ill repute in the model there. It's like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit, spiky. See, I cleaned it up for you there.
Well, get this. I was watching it on
Univision.
I was streaming it somewhere.
Tubi,
but,
yeah.
So when he's in the model, right, and he's all all upset and kicks the tree over and is like, ugh, nice blanking model, right?
Yeah.
And honks himself. That was trimmed out of the version I was watching. I was
shocked. You're watching the edited for television version.
I guess so. Well, no, that was the only thing that was edited. It was weird because I told my wife, "Here it comes." Like that's my favorite part. I like to.
Well, there's nothing else raunchy in that movie. There's innuendo, but I don't think there's any other bad words in that movie.
Yeah.
There's just like an innuendo, like "We've come for your daughter, Chuck." When he's the snake banister railing.
Yep. That part was cool.
Yeah, it's like that's early claymation, I guess it was, or it was claymation CGI.
Yeah, well, so he comes back. He's gonna hang out with Lydia. They're gonna be besties, I guess, because that's how the cartoon was. Something. I mean, what kind of story could they even come up with?
It's gonna be Lydia's kids.
Okay.
You think about.
She wants to scare the kids out of the house because they won't move out.
No, you think about this. There's like it's a typical trope. It's like you go back in time to bring something that was nostalgic or was awesome back then, and you want to bring it to the 90s or the 2000s nostalgia. What do? You insert their children, Ghostbusters, to be exact. To
be exact. Well, or the kids are born with busted teeth and yellow hair with a little bit of mold. At the,
Whoa!
Yeah. What's happening?
So what? What are some other aspects of the Beetlejuice original, OG?
He's obviously got a shrunken head now. Spoiler alert.
It'll be they're gonna have to take care of that.
They're gonna add water.
Yeah, they're gonna reconstitute his dome.
Well, did you see the movie Space Invaders?
Refresh me.
Little Martians, giant heads, come down to Earth on Halloween, and they're walking around the neighborhood, and everyone thinks they're in costumes. Might have. It was around that same period.
Late 80s, early 90s. Yeah. I think I did. I had to have, because there was a couple movies that I always confused together. There's like that one, Invaders from Mars.
That's not Mars Attacks. It's
Invaders from Mars, which is a remake of like a 50s movie. And again, Beetlejuice at its heart is a comedy horror movie, is it not?
Yeah.
You've got a ghost. Because Beetlejuice is a ghost.
The ghost with the most.
Well, implied that he was alive at one time. Or is he a poltergeist that's always been like a ghost?
Oh, is that the difference?
I don't know. I'm just saying. It's like, has he always been a free-floating spirit like that was never alive? Because everybody in the office...
Like a Class 5 apparition?
Yes. Everybody in the office, everybody that was doing the social work was a suicide.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Because she slit her own throat.
Yeah.
The guy was hanging. The male guy was hanging. And then like everybody else, like you had the magician's assistant that he was rubbing the leg on. the witch doctor and the guy he shrunk his head. They killed each other.
This game is awful. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
I haven't been looking at it. It's like we're just bantering about stuff.
God,
so it looks like it's very Mario-esque.
Yeah, Mario, you can actually control this thing. It's all over the place.
You have any superpowers in this game?
You stomp on cockroaches and get points for it, and then you get to buy powers, and you get to use them for about 5 seconds before they're gone. It's terrible. Don't even talk. Don't even reference it anymore.
What's the whole plot of the game?
The whole plot of the game is
marry Lydia.
I don't know. It's impossible to get past this. It's impossible to get past the second level.
Is there sandworms?
Yes, but they're like all giant worms or snakes in the 80s. They're just a bunch of circles connected to one another.
Oh, are they at least?
Nope.
Black and white?
Nope.
Oh,
no.
Darn it.
Dumb.
Oh, I just made a big loud noise.
All right, so Lydia's kids.
This is what I'm just speculating. Yeah. It's going to be probably because, I mean, I like Winona Ryder, and she's riding high off of being the mom on Stranger Things.
Yes.
So I believe they're going to say, hey, that works here. Mm-hmm. Let's make it work here, and make her the old front mom. Because when I was a kid, just when I saw her, what was it, Heathers, I think she did big in and stuff like that. And it was like, of course, Winona Ryder, the Christina Ricci's of the world. Those are like the boy crushes for losers like myself. I went to the darker side, if you will, But I loved Beetlejuice when I was younger, even though I really didn't understand it. And then as I got older, I watched it again, and I was like, it's not a good movie.
It's not. It's not.
And like you said, he's not in the movie for that long.
I really watched the movie to see where the different figure sculpts came from. Attention Kmart shoppers. We got the merry-go-round head.
Yeah, and the big hammer hands.
The shrunken head at the end.
In the purple suit, because it's his wedding suit.
One of my favorite figures was the skewer one that's basically like when they first discover him walking around the model with like the blue overcoat and the little cabbie hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has a spice come out of him?
Yeah, that's about all that movie's worth.
Yeah, I mean, and then like...
Michael Keaton's awesome, though.
He's a trip, man. He's like... have you watched it? Honestly, Michael Keaton's one of those guys, it's kind of like Tom Hanks. For a while, they did a lot of comedy.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you're a serious actor now.
Yeah, what was it that pushed him over
into seriousness? I remember there's a movie called Clean and Sober, which is amazing with Michael Keaton. He's going to rehab.
There was a recent one though that really Birdman.
Birdman and the importance of being ignorant or something like that. It's
and that got him the role of the Vulture in Spider-Man.
Yeah. Two shows in one.
Oh God.